Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Audrey Williams. Bullying in schools is a pressing concern that significantly impacts students' well-being and academic success. It manifests in various forms, such as physical, verbal, and social bullying, and can have serious long-term effects on both those who are bullied and those who engage in bullying. As we start a new school year, it's evident that this continues to affect students at all levels. Today, we'll delve into the impact of bullying, discuss preventive measures, and explore strategies for managing and mitigating such behaviors. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the news.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Friday, September 20, 2024. More modern facilities are now available for persons seeking primary health care in St. Thomas. 2 health centres in the parish, Port Morant and Arcadia, have been upgraded by the Ministry of Health at a combined cost of $37 million. They were officially reopened by the Portfolio Minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton, on Thursday. The Port Morant Health Centre serves roughly 34,000 residents, while Arcadia provides health services to 2,000 citizens. The work was done under a new initiative dubbed Operation Refresh, which was officially launched with the reopening of the St. Thomas facilities. As part of the $1 billion program, the government will be refreshing 5 or 6 health centres every month for the next 18 months. It's focused on delivering health care in a humane fashion.
And the primary components of this will be the comfort level of the facility for both patients and staff. So the painting up so it looks aesthetically pleasing. The internals of weight, the bathroom facilities, a refrigerator and a microwave for the staff to have lunch and feel comfortable. And then we're going to say to both sides, we make health a real partnership. When people are in distress, let us ease their burden, starting with the environment and how we interact with them. That's the care with dignity. That is the tagline of Operation Refresh.
Dr. Tufton is urging staff at the reopened facilities to use the upgrades to deliver better service.
Let Operation Refresh represent a new beginning for all of us. We are putting in place the resources. You put in place the attitude, the approach, and we will see better days ahead in public health.
The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is holding consultations with key stakeholders on the proposed Twin Peaks model of financial regulation and supervision. In 2023, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, announced the government's intention to modify the existing sector-by-sector based regulatory approach to better reflect industry realities and needs. Under the Twin Peaks model, the BOJ will have full regulatory responsibility for the prudential oversight of all deposit-taking institutions as well as non-bank financial institutions. The Financial Services Commission, FSC, meanwhile, will be tasked with overseeing market conduct and consumer protection for the full spectrum of financial services. In preparation for that transition, the BOJ has been meeting with several groups, including the Insurance Association of Jamaica, Jamaica Bankers Association, Jamaica Securities Dealers Association, and the Pension Industry Association of Jamaica. BOJ Governor Richard Biles says while the legislation is not expected to be enacted before 2026, it is important that elements of the new system be instituted prior to its passing. Mr. Biles, who is also chairman of the FSC board, was addressing the inaugural IAJ Business Conference held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel recently. Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining Floyd Green is calling for greater collaboration with engineers to modernize agricultural practices and enhance food security in Jamaica. He made the call during a recent Engineers Week conference held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. The minister says engineers are crucial to the sector's ability to adapt to extreme and increasing weather events caused by climate change.
Now is the time for all our engineers, and especially our engineer associations, to pay more attention in helping us here in Jamaica transform from our mere traditional primary production in agriculture to processes that can optimize our efficiency and our productivity.
In making the argument, the minister highlighted the significant losses the agriculture sector has faced due to extreme weather events, pointing out that Hurricane Beryl resulted in the destruction of 688,000 square feet of greenhouses, impacting 224 farmers and costing approximately $856 million. The most affected areas were in St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, and Manchester. To combat future such events, he says there needs to be innovative engineering solutions applied to the design and construction of more resilient greenhouse structures that are also cost-effective.
We're going to have bigger, stronger storms. We need to develop a new design for our greenhouses, which have become the backbone of our agricultural system because of their ability to provide food throughout any weather condition. So we want more of your association to focus on agricultural engineering.
The Court of Appeal is set to investigate the use of artificial intelligence, AI, to enhance judicial efficiency. That's according to Court of Appeal President Justice Marva MacDonald Bishop. Justice Kisak Leng, one of the country's senior jurists, will lead the examination of the legitimacy and ethical concerns surrounding the introduction of AI into the court system. This announcement was made during the recent swearing-in ceremony of 7 judges for the Michaelmas term.
Justice Leng will be assigned, he doesn't know it yet, to lead the charge in investigating not only the efficacy of AI in the adjudicative process, but more importantly, the ethical considerations and possible ethical dilemmas that could arise from the use of AI by appellate judges.
Justice MacDonald Bishop says that while the judicial system explores ways to address court backlogs and improve overall efficiency, all implications must be factored.
There are inherent dangers or pitfalls regarding the use of AI by judges about which we must be sensitized and guided by experts in the field. It is expected that Justice Leng and his team, which will be announced this week at our retreat, among other things, will seek to engage experts whom we can consult to chart the way forward safely.
And finally, students at Swallowfield Primary and Infant School in Kingston now have access to a newly constructed Therapeutic Peace Garden valued at over $1.7 million. The garden, which is located on the school grounds at 11 Whitehall Avenue, was officially handed over during a recent ceremony. It's the result of a collaborative effort involving the National Education Trust and 19 organizations, aimed at creating a peaceful environment for students to learn and develop conflict resolution skills. The therapeutic space, which features an inspirational mural and calming resources such as a water fountain and wellness bench, is designed to help students calm their minds, resolve conflicts, and strengthen their emotional well-being. It will also serve as a training ground for student peace ambassadors in the school. And that's it for JS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
Friend, it's the best decision we've ever made to further our education. We finally have our dream jobs that will allow us to enjoy other things in life. The Students' Loan Bureau did this for us, you know.
Yes, girl, it was a lot of work, but we made it.
All I have to start thinking about right now is to repay my student loan, and with SLB's low interest rate, I won't feel burdened at all.
Well, I have other things to focus on right now. Loan repayment can stay for later.
Really? Don't you know that when we repay our student loan, others benefit from the fund? Think about your little brother. Don't you want him to benefit too?
Oh, of course.
By paying it forward, we're making sure the next generation has the same opportunities we did.
Well, I guess I never thought about it that way.
I'm happy we had this conversation.
Oh, absolutely. Let me get on it right now.
Yeah, man. Let's make sure others can achieve their dreams too.
Visit our website at slbja.com for more details and follow all our social media platforms to be in the loop.
I'm Joanne Felix, and I'm the Acting Investment Projects and Implementation Manager in the Economic Policy and Implementation Branch. The The Economic Policy and Investment Branch is mandated to provide guidance and leadership in relation to the formulation and amendment of policies and legislation, and to monitor all activities associated with the implementation of investment projects. We have oversight of the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, Development Bank of Jamaica, and the Urban Development Corporation. Well, we are responsible for facilitating collaboration among the ministry and its agencies to promote the government's economic and investment agenda, which is to enhance and to implement strategies, policies, and projects to maximize investment opportunities and the benefits of these investments within Jamaica. Jamaicans benefit in many ways through the provision of jobs prior to developments, during the developments, and once developments are completed. And since we also facilitate enhancement of investment opportunities, Jamaicans can also benefit from these investment opportunities and also see benefits from the expansion of warehousing and factory spaces across Jamaica. One major achievement, we facilitated the revision of the public-private partnership policy for Jamaica. And one of the major goals with that revision was to incorporate climate risk assessments as part of the appraisal process for PPPs. And that's just one of the many ways that Jamaica is streamlining climate change considerations in its operations. We also are working on, we saw the completion of the first phase of the Garmix Free Zone Redevelopment and Expansion Project on Marcus Garvey Drive. And that first phase saw the completion of 126,000 square foot of commercial space to facilitate manufacturing, warehousing, and distribution for small, medium, and large enterprises. We also initiated the due diligence phase for the Boundbrook Urban Center project in Port Antonio, Portland, which will facilitate the amalgamation of Government of Jamaica services as well as private sector services. That project will see 140,000 square feet of commercial space being available for Portland. We are also working on the Moran Bay Urban Center. That's something that we're expecting to see completed this year. The Moran Bay Urban Center is a massive development of over 400,000 square feet, which will see the combination of industrial and commercial space. And similar to the Boundbrook project, it will be facilitating the provision of government services as well as private sector services. So we're expecting to see that project have a massive impact on the local economy in St. Thomas. Another thing that we're looking forward to in the new financial year is the revision of the privatization policy. We've already started working on that. We're looking to go to cabinet with that policy this year. The government, through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, is ensuring policies to maximize investment opportunities.
Many Jamaicans are unable to own their own home. As such, renting is one of the housing solutions available. Often disputes arise when people rent due to misunderstandings, lack of written contracts.
Your safety and security continue to be our priority. We are seeing a downward trend in major crimes, and we are investing $650 million in technology improvement for our police force to provide greater coverage across Jamaica by 2028.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister. Thank you for staying with us. According to the Ministry of Justice, a Justice of the Peace, JP, is someone of impeccable integrity, committed and voluntarily upholding upholding the rights of individuals. Their service is governed under law, and breaching that law can result in the privilege being stripped away. Let's find out what JPs are legally bound to do and avoid.
Ethical, trustworthy, and community-oriented, these are just a few words that describe a justice of the peace. The JP's seal and signature opens many doors, often serving as the main identifier for persons who fall within each justice's jurisdiction. And this can certainly be a breeding ground for corruption if one strict rule is not adhered to. According to Section 15 of the JP Act, the Office of a Justice of the Peace is not an office of emolument. Simply put, their duties should be performed free of charge.
What we invite the public to do, if you should approach a Justice of the Peace and that JP is asking you for a contribution, you do need to take down the name of the Justice of the Peace and report it to the office of the custos within the parish where the incident took place, or you can reach us at the Ministry of Justice. If you do not know all the numbers, you simply remember 888 Justice. Once you call that number, you will get to the right person and you can make that report, because Justices of the Peace are not to charge.
Why not? Well, the Code of Conduct for JPs points to two related reasons. First, this office and the duties it discharges are not meant for personal benefit. It's a community service. Importantly, JPs are bound to avoid conflicts of interest and ensure they have independence in the performance of their duties. If money or an equal value favor is involved, these are no longer guaranteed.
What has happened over the years is that we find some Justices of the Peace who would go against the norm and situate themselves in position to have the public come to them, and then they will charge them. Again, we are reminding Justices of the Peace of the provision within the Justices of the Peace Act that says that it is not an office of emolument, and so a Justice of the Peace is not to charge in any shape or form for any service rendered as a Justice of the Peace. They will be breaching that provision.
So what happens if a Justice of the Peace is found guilty of breaching this code of ethic? Well, that justice may lose the position.
Once you're in breach of the Code of Conduct that is situated in the Justices of the Peace Act, so I am emphasizing it to our justices who are listening to us, please be familiar with it. Once it reaches a point where contemplation must be made to revocate the tenure of that Justice of the Peace, and it is granted, there is no reapplication, there is no appeal to the process.
Revocation is done by the Governor General.
And only the Governor General can revoke that Justices of the Peace Commission upon the recommendation of the Minister and the relevant custos who would have had certain findings made.
Remember, this role is built on trust, integrity, and a commitment to the community. It's crucial for everyone involved to uphold these principles and ensure that the office remains a beacon of fairness and service. If you encounter any situation where a JP is requesting payment or a favor, don't hesitate to report it.
Are you a PATH or Wards of the State applicant? Then this video is for you. Guess what? You are not required to pay an application fee. And you automatically receive our granted aid of $60,000 upon your application submission for a targeted loan. For more SLB info, follow us on all social media platforms.
The National Parenting Support Commission is assisting parents become more effective leaders in their homes, emphasizing influence and guidance without resorting to physical punishment.
Wouldn't it be great if children came into the world so well adjusted or with manuals, therefore eliminating the need for parental discipline? This is not the case, however. Parents usually apply their methods or they depend on strategies taught throughout generations to guide their children.
8 in 10 Jamaican children in the 2 to 14 years age group experience violence as a form of discipline.
Coercive parenting involves the physical administration of pain as punishment. It also includes the use of harsh language that has the potential to hurt children's feelings and affect their general self-esteem and development. It also fosters aggression because what you're really teaching children is that when there is an issue, we must resolve the issue through harshness, through aggression, through coarse language. There's a direct correlation between coercive parenting and the aggression that we see actually in society.
Damaging disciplinary practices have moved outside of the home and into the national consciousness. Children need guidance, and many wonder if not with the rod, then how? Enter the National Parenting Support Commission (NPSC), an agency of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. The ministry established the commission in 2012 to provide parents with the requisite skills and tools to raise children.
We work at 3 tiers. We work at home, school and community. Our first and most important priority, however, is to ensure that we're fostering the home-school relationship. We must ensure that parents as key stakeholders feel involved in the entire process of educating their children.
Now, to do this, the Commission assists parents in several ways, including providing psychosocial support, assisting parents with understanding the teaching-learning process, and conducting parenting education programs.
Through our effective parenting courses, we push proactive strategies. In other words, you are going to put structures in place before behaviors that you don't desire actually show.
Parents and guardians should consider the child's developmental stage when determining the best method of guidance.
A child who is very young, we encourage play. The child must be playing, and even the teaching learning processes must include play, because this is how they develop their imagination, their creative skills. This is how they also learn to resolve issues and to problem solve.
Young children, especially infants, are at the stage where they don't know right from wrong, and they can be impulsive. They may touch items that are valuable or dangerous. Usually, it is best to remove the child or the object from such a situation.
We don't believe you're to spank any at all, because that's a part of coercive parenting, and we don't believe that coercive parenting works. So what we encourage you to do, though, is to be firm and to be consistent. So if it means you have to say, do this instead, or do not go there a million times, then that's what you have to be prepared to do.
The teenage years can challenge both children and parents. With the physical and chemical changes happening in the body, teens may act out as they may be unsure of their place in the world.
This can be a very difficult time to navigate. So we ask that you start relaxing some of the very stringent rules, and you also have conversations and you compromise.
And to address challenges, caregivers can remove privileges.
If the child becomes stubborn, has a fixed mindset, if you will, that this is what he or she is going to continue to do, then you might need professional help. You might need to call the commission, or you might need to call a social worker or a guidance counselor to help.
Being a proactive parent means setting clear boundaries, letting children know what is acceptable behaviors and why rules are in place. And don't forget to model behaviors you want young ones to display. There may not be a one-size-fits-all for raising children.
By assessing the right information and using effective parenting techniques, we can nurture adults willing to play their part in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. To tap into information from the National Parenting Support Commission, call 876-967-7977 or visit their offices at 37 Arnold Road, Kingston 6.
Hey Conroy, what do you love most about being an artist?
What I like the most about being a visual artist is that it allows me to be myself. What about you?
I love the fact that I'm able to express myself without using words, and I can let people get a glimpse of what goes on in my mind.
If you are someone, has a passion for creating, whether it's fine arts, web designing, makeup artistry,
Or even pottery, that's something we don't see every day. Don't let others stop you from going after your dreams. We all only get one chance at life. Make sure you live for you.
As previously mentioned, bullying in schools has become increasingly prevalent, and it takes a collective effort to break this cycle. Bullying can significantly impact a victim's mental health, potentially leading to suicidal thoughts, as well as affecting their academic performance and social skills. In response, the Ministry of Justice has partnered with the Ministry of Education to implement restorative justice practices aimed at supporting both the bully and the victim. Here's why this approach is crucial.
Why would you give the bully equal footing with the one who they have been bullying? So why does restorative justice and the restorative practices aim to do that?
Well, this is important because if we're looking at empowerment and if we're looking at true accountability, it's not just enough for you to say to the person, you've bullied someone or you've done harm, right? It's important for us to help them understand what are the implications of your actions? How has your decisions affected the other person, and not just the direct victim of the bullying, but also other members within the school?
Stay tuned for more on this topic in our upcoming Get the Facts segment this Sunday. We've reached the end of our program. Get a recap of everything you saw here and more on our website, gis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams. Walk good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.